If you're looking for something healthy, tasty, a lot of protein, a lot of superfoods, we have the recipe for you. We're with Suzanne Clark of livingacreativelife.net. You are making super veggie quiche cups.
Yes, and these are so delicious and really handy. You can make these, on the weekend and have them all week long. You can have them for breakfast, for snacks, lunch.
I like them. They're low carb, high protein, great foods. Okay, let's talk about what we need.
So we're going to start with a little bit of butter in a pan.
Okay.
And this would be over a stove, of course, but we're just kind of showing you what we're going to do and how to assemble. We're going to put about half a cup of chopped onions.
Okay.
And then we're also going to add some red bell pepper. And we'd want to kind of cook that a little bit just to start it. But, for just time's sake, we're just going to add everything.
Okay.
And we're going to add the mushrooms. We have a whole cup of diced mushrooms.
Okay. Does it matter what kind?
It doesn't matter. And, I'm going to use kale today.
Kale is like the big superfood right now, right?
It's so healthy for you. And if you're trying to get your kids to eat something healthy like this, this is the way to do it. So this is going to be sauteing. And the big deal is you need to add some water to that. And that's going to help soften that kale. And how you're going to know it's finished is all the water and all the liquid will be completely gone in the pan. And then you're ready to go.
And this is what you're going to end up with. How long does this take? Just a few minutes?
About 3-4 minutes.
Okay, so this is what you're going to end up with.
Yes, but you have to cook it a little longer with that kale. And that water is the way you get it nice and soft.
Okay, great. Now, what are you making over here? I see you're melting some butter.
Well, we're trying to cut down on the carbs. We're going to have a little flour in here, but we're not going to have that crust. So if you just do the filling, it's going to fall apart. So I had to come up with a way to make it a little sturdier. So in a pan here, I have some butter melting, and we're going to do what's called a roux. So I have 4 tablespoons of butter, and I have some flour, and I'm just going to whisk in the flour. Now we want to do this until you kind of start seeing some bubbles.
And that won't take very long, just a minute.
It doesn't take very long at all. But you do need to do this, and you need to cook the flour out. Otherwise, it kind of tastes a little funky. But this kind of gives it a nice flavor. Can you smell the butter right now?
Yeah, I can.
It smells beautiful,
great.
huh? Okay, now it's starting to kind of bubble around the edges, so I know I'm ready to go to the next step. And I'm going to add some cream cheese. This is going to make it nice and creamy.
Okay, and did you use this kind of cream cheese?
Yes, I'm using Challenge cream cheese because it's made with all natural products. All the milk that they use and the cream does not come from cows that are treated with RBST, which is the growth hormone.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people like that. And if we're making a healthy meal like this, let's use some healthy ingredients.
Okay, so you use the whole box there and put it in.
Yes, and this is what it's going to look like. It kind of looks a little funny right now,
Clumpy
but it's going to be
right now.
great. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some low-fat cottage cheese. And this, again, is going to give it a lot of body, a lot of flavor. So we're just going to whisk it like this until it gets nice and creamy. Now I'm going to add a little bit of milk because we still need to thin this out a little bit more. And we're going to also add something interesting. We're going to add some baking powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of pepper.
Okay, and again, everyone, you can find this, of course, on our website at recipes.12news.com.
And now that we have all this mixed up, we are going to go ahead and add our next ingredient. Now, I have some eggs here that I have beaten. This is 6 eggs. I'm just going to put this into the mixture. Ideally, we want to let this cool a little bit before we add all this. And
so you're going to let it cool, add the eggs, then you're going to add the cheese.
Right, and then we're going to add the veggies.
Oh, this looks great. Okay, so you got all the veggies in there.
Okay, yeah, so it's all nice and healthy here. And we're just going to kind of stir that to combine it.
Okay.
And now I'm going to bring over a well-greased pan.
So it's very greased because you don't want these to stick.
Yeah, because eggs like to stick. They're going to rise while they're cooking, but then they're going to kind of deflate, so it doesn't matter. So once I get all these wells filled up, I'm going to put this into a 375 oven for about 20 minutes. And you just want them, you can take a knife and put them in the center, and if it comes out clean, they're ready to go.
Then you're done. And this is the final product. It looks great. These are super veggie quiche cups. Again, everyone, you can learn more by going to livingacreativelife.net.